everybody, this is Alchemist 2, and I'm back again with another movie review. I just recently watched Miss Hokusai. Of course, I just have the DVD. I don't have the jewel case or anything like that, but it was done by Project IG, the company that also was responsible for Ghost in the Shell, as well as many other really big name anime films. And this one is very intriguing. It's absolutely fascinating, and we get to learn a lot about Hokusai. And I'd always been intrigued by him, and I'd always liked his paintings. And he enjoyed painting the ocean most of all, because it drew him. It was magnetic to him, and you could see his actual paintings. And I have a kimono, and that's a Hokusai kimono, which I absolutely love. It's my favorite kimono of all the kimonos I have, and it's just absolutely unbelievable. But the movie focuses more on Tetsuko's daughter, Oe. And Oe, she has been taught to draw erotica, and of course the other artists that associate with her and her father say that a maiden shouldn't be relegated to be drawing such things, but she does such an excellent job. It really irks her when she receives criticism from a man that she happens to like. It's not overt, but it's very subtly insinuated that she likes this man because she blushes in his presence, and she mentions the scent of his hair oil and fragrance, and you notice that she acts differently when he's near. And even her sister, Ono, who is blind, notices her demeanor has changed. And I thought, well, that's perceptive. And it's very sad what happens to Ono. I'm not going to say what happens, but it's very reminiscent of Grave of the Fireflies, if you've seen it. It's not exactly your happy-go-lucky tale, even though it's just absolutely gorgeously animated, and the tales of the artists in and of themselves, it gives a whole new meaning to Starving Artist, of course. And I never found that saying to be amusing, because there's too much truth in it. I know from a fact, because I am an artist, and I don't make money off of anything. But I'm going to try and see what happens. No time like the present, right? But yeah, it's a very intriguing film and extremely well done. And I thought that all the voice actors and actresses, well, yeah, I should say actresses, the main characters that we see other than Oe and Ono, the main female proponent, the others are just the concubines and the brothels, and it's very interesting, actually. And the whole period, the AG period that it was, it's set in, and it tells Oe's story. And she was an exquisite painter, but she could never match the expertise of her dad. And it was almost like she held herself to that standard. And yeah, it was a very interesting film. And I think there's a lot that, coming into it as a Gaijin, I understood quite a bit, but there's a lot that I'm sure that I missed. And I really need help in understanding that. I would love to understand more, because I know so little about Tetsuko. I do think that he was a fantastic artist. There's no doubting that. There's an interesting story about a painting that he had done. Actually, it wasn't his painting, it was Oe's painting. I won't go into that though. But what's so interesting is Oe is in love with another painter, and another painter who happens to be under the tutelage of Tetsuko himself has kind of a fancy for her and even openly tries to confess to her, but she's just off in her own little world. Her mind is consumed with other things. And as far as films are concerned, I absolutely adored it. I thought that the addition of CGI mixed in with the 2D animation was stellar. The soundtrack, varying between the traditional and the more modern day rock and roll. It was a very endearing tribute, I think, to just art in and of itself and the magic that comes from that and the power of the mind. And just how it was so tragic, I think, for Ono, because Tetsuko was very, apparently, according to this, rather superstitious. And yeah, I'm not going to go into that or I'll completely ruin the film, because that's mostly what the film is about, other than Oe. And it's really an outstanding film. And if you're like me and you want to get the perspective of the artists of the day, then watch this movie, and you get a little bit of cultural perspective too, which I think is always enlightening. But as far as films are concerned, I'm gonna have to give this one 3.5 out of 5. I almost wanted to give it 4, but I've seen a lot of anime in my lifetime. It's absolutely sensational, but it's predictable. And I knew it was going to happen before it happened. It's because I've read a lot of books. I've watched a lot of films. There really isn't anything bad about it for the traditional American viewer who likes action adventure and, shoot 'em up, bang bang, that kind of thing. You're gonna be disappointed. But if you want a film that has some stirring motion in it and very thought-provoking subject matter and something that is very mystical, then this is going to be right up your alley. And I love when the other painter is trying to tell Oe how to paint dragons properly, and that was probably one of my favorite scenes, other than the scenes with she and her sister together out in the snow. And it's so pretty, and it's just lighthearted, and of course that takes a turn. I mean, it's a roller coaster of emotion. I would really love to know what the heck my dog is doing right now. I think he's lost his marbles, but anyway, that's all I gotta say about Miss Hokusai. It gets 2 thumbs way up for me. G Kids has done a outstanding job once again, and I look forward to more DVDs that they put out in the future. Of course, I got another one from Malaysia. This one hasn't come out to the States yet, so I'm gonna get it first. And I'm sure other people have seen it, so it's not like I'm the first person who's actually going to be reviewing it. But it's a Ghibli film, and I'm really looking forward to watching it. And they've got another studio that is the successor of Ghibli. I forget what it is called, but yeah, so I think it's called The Witch's Flower. It looks extremely promising. It looks like Kiki's Delivery Service meets Howl's Moving Castle, combined with some elements of Spirited Away, maybe with Mononoke. Mononoke, sorry, I can never pronounce that. It's Princess Mononoke. Um, but being a huge Miyazaki fan, as I have been and have always been, I've seen every one of his films. The last one I saw was when Marnie was there, which I don't know if that was done by Goro or I'm thinking it. No. It was a Ghibli film, but I'm thinking it was Goro. But it was just absolutely tremendous. It's a really good film. Poppy Hill's another good one too. That was also Ghibli, and Earthsea. Earthsea was done by Goro. But I'm really eager to see what they're going to come up with, and it'll be interesting and very, very scintillating to see what they actually create. So, until next time, live long, prosper. Ciao, tutti.